Yeah, but they're definitely treating this seriously. That's what I like. Because if they were just picking like, oh, pick whatever you like, they're not doing that. They're heavily
Yeah,
weighting their decisions, or they're waiting for the guy to come back from it. But I think they are taking this seriously. And they have already made it to semifinals. They can, if they lose here, they can still get third place. And it's going to be a very interesting matchup, but maybe let's not talk about it yet, because we have to focus on the thing in front of us. So what would you pick, Arklinon, in this, if you were in this situation?
It's difficult to say. It is difficult to say. So the JoJo's team has already picked everything. In this situation, they already have the ranged advantage. With the I didn't see the light artillery over there. I would pick something versatile, to be honest. They already have got multi-80s. They are lacking a multi-80s.
Oh, there we go. He switched to Germanicus, tier 1 swords. So maybe they're picking up the Germanicus. I mean, something changed. Hey! Still tier 1 though, and it's not locked in, obviously. Back tier 1 archers. He's shown us that he's alive. And looks like another archer player. So triple archers. And why did Skilla just unready? Wait, there's a rule like that actually.
What is?
I made a rule that you can swap players somehow.
Oh. Well, we did swap players. I joined in the second and third game.
I don't know, like, I mean peaks between players. But definitely I'm not doing that. Okay, Master full. Seems like he has locked in. Well, he's certain about his. Well, almost there according to polls. Almost there. It is definitely hard. I have been in this situation before. Picking a composition in a high stake match when it's like everything is on the line here is very hard. And I'm just happy to see that they are taking it seriously instead of just YOLOing it. There we go. Second battle on Hadrian's Wall. Will Art of War, aka CA.
Will they be able to avenge their loss, or will they lose again?
Equal the score and go to the third map, which is no idea what. They're blaming me for picking SUNTZU United over Meritus. Come on guys, I had to. If I don't pick two SUNTZU teams to be in the final, I'm betraying my own members and my own friends. I'm not gonna do that. Then again, I can't win in my own contest. Just like I cannot participate in my own tournament. That's why I'm casting.
That's why I never organize my tournament.
Oh yeah. And I wanted to do that for the community. No one else was. So
exactly.
Someone had to.
Exactly, yeah. Somebody had to take the fall to do it because nobody is organizing it. Honestly, yeah, had you not organized it, I would have been worried about the health of the game, you know?
Yeah, that was like, people were asking me, hey Mistru, do you know about any incoming tournaments? Like, no, not really, haven't heard about anything.
Same.
Yeah, it's like, okay, gonna do my own tournament with blackjack and hookers.
Exactly, although we're lacking blackjack and hookers. We actually were going to invite hookers, we just, Wargaming couldn't afford that.
Yeah. Oh, first
actually,
shots missed.
They could, they just didn't pay for it. Oh, it looks like...
First blood. Probably light arty.
Light artillery indeed.
There we go,
Let's
barrage
see.
incoming towards Morhun. Dodging,
Out
dodging,
of
dodging.
four.
A little bit of it.
Oh, you ain't dodging that shit.
Yeah. A little bit of advantage still on the side of SUNTZU. Now focus fire, missing. Yeah, they have triple arches composition. And Cure has gotten himself into that triple crossfire, but he ran away
Yep.
from the range. Barely scratched. Still advantage on the side of SUNTZU. They have that light artillery, but they need vision. That's what Cure is doing. Going in there,
Yes.
scouting for them. Light arty shoots, and he comes back.
Out
Well,
of
the
course
shots are
doing the
coming.
same thing. They're hiding behind these.
Yeah, but Cure is
Thing
paying
happens
for
over
that
here.
by damage, so SUNTZU just needs to deal more damage that Cure is taking.
Yep. Exactly.
And it's hard to do so when there are 9 archers units shooting.
Yep,
There we go,
yep,
barrage
they're
from
trying to-
Morhun. Amazing. They are being dodged by Kaz
Yes, indeed.
and Soken by Testudo.
Oh, but would you look at that? The
Yeah, light art is
SUNTZU
getting some nice damage into those archers.
Exactly. Yes, indeed. Most certainly, indeed. Art of War looks like they're taking a more defensive approach, while the SUNTZU team has just went through the Hadrian's Wall and is now encircling the team. It looks like the tables have been turned. Let's see if SUNTZU can execute their strategy a little better.
Yeah, now since we have both watchtowers, so they no longer need Cure to scout for the middle, they just see everything anyway.
Exactly. Oh, would you look at that? They are taking some heavy hits. Masterful is taking some heavy damage from those archers, while the Art of War is not able to
It's
see
still,
a single
it's still
archer.
artillery, yeah. Artillery is definitely proving its worth in this map. They're
Yes.
utilizing it just correctly. And
Yep.
Art of War needs to close the distance between their archers and light artillery, but instead they are increasing the distance. Where they
I
need
think
to,
they're baiting them.
yeah, they're trying to bait them, force that light artillery to go through the middle, and then they will close the gap.
Art
But
of War.
SUNTZU has the advantage, so it's up to Art of War to attack. Because if they don't attack, they just lose by points at the end.
Exactly, and I'm just wondering how long it will take for SUNTZU to realize that to just retreat so they don't get shot by these archers and keep shooting them with light artillery.
Your average is trying to do some sneaky maneuvers, maybe launching a charge into Divine Rapier if he's not looking,
Pulse.
but he's being protected very well.
Wait a second, Pulse has captured the eastern tower and has just Kiwi is saying, shall I just go ahead? Okay. I know that feeling, man.
Oh, if you already put down caltrops. Oh, that's the thing. Caltrops don't slow down your units, even though they were supposed
Yes,
to.
that is.
So you can just deploy them at the very beginning of the match and forget about them, and they'll still do their thing. I would say keeping them just in case if something happens would be more beneficial. Morhu now has switched sides, trying to kill another archer player, using that advantage that his team has secured for him. But Pulse is now spotting Morhun. Jojo is there though to prevent Pulse from charging into.
Oh, the Art of War has just spotted the light artillery and Morhun. They have successfully scouted them. This is not stopping SUNTZU, however, from shooting into those archers. They're very well defended and they're doing some decent damage.
Yeah, they may have spotted light artillery, but that pretty much doesn't matter because there's nothing close enough to punish it.
You know what I'm thinking? In this case, maybe using Leonidas as the middle scout will be better with his fight in the shade.
As for scouting, yes, but you don't really know how the battle will turn out, what the enemy team will do, and Leonidas is just better all-around pick.
That's true. That's true. That speed is just not something you can ignore. I mean,
Good
look
dodge from
at this.
Morgan.
Jojo is almost catching these cavalry.
Yeah, and we see Sin versus Pulse, so Sula Cavalry versus Alexander Cavalry. Wet noodle fight at the moment. But that whip is definitely helpful, and Kyor is coming with some heavy, hard-hitting noodles,
Oh.
if you know what I mean. Jojo is trying to
You know-
secure that watchtower. If there's only cavalry over there, they need to respect it, but Jojo is pulling back.
You know, I think I realize why Miltiades is so good. Break ranks actually gives you loose formation. The one thing we have been asking CA for such a long time, but they would just never give it to us.
Yeah, they also stole away loose formation from archers. They were in
Yes!
loose formation before. Now they're not.
Yes, same thing with javelins. Just give us loose formation, damn it. It's not some kind of magical ability, man.
Our base is under attack.
Oh, boss is capping the base. And SUNTZU, just by hard work, let's say,
Yep.
volley after volley after volley, they are getting their advantage larger and larger.
Exactly. That light artillery is no joke. Like, for every single volley that Masterful is shooting at Cure, they're shooting 2 or 3 with their light artillery, with their own archers. So they are getting that advantage, and the Art of War has been pushed to the back. What will they do to turn that around? We're about to find out, because 7 minutes have already passed. We're at around halfway point soon.
The enemy base will soon be ours.
Yeah, and the pressure is on CA team to make a move, basically. Because, well, they have over 100 points disadvantage at this time. And if they don't do something about it, they're just going to lose.
Yeah. Yes.
Rav is deployed on the back. Cavalry on Art of War side just cannot compete against Rav Rage, so he's free to be back there and put pressure on them. He's capping the base, getting some points, because I get that 0 XP from custom battle. But yeah, that's putting pressure on Art of War team. They need to react to it. I mean, they have a lot of time to do it, but still.
Yep.
And they did, they react, they pulled back. And now they have given even more room to maneuver for Team SUNTZU.
Looks like they're pulling back even further. It looks like they're gonna be defending their base instead.
And Team SUNTZU is capitalizing on it. Rav forced them. Oh, he's about to run the target.
Rav is kind of entering our personal space here.
I gotta get those 600 points for scouting. Yeah. But now SUNTZU have capitalized, and because Rav went in there and capped the base, Art of War team pulled back, and that gave Team SUNTZU just more place to deploy the light arty. Now the light arty is very, very close, and we'll see if Art of War decides to try to capitalize on it.
Oh,
they could go,
like,
yeah. They're moving. They're moving against it.
They're taking the bait. They're taking the bait.
Well, at this moment, you have to ask who's baiting whom.
Exactly. Who is doing who?
Morgan gets in, it will be Morgan versus Skilla. Morgan is already shooting, Skilla is still getting on positions, and he has to, because if he stays out in the open, Light Artillery is going to shoot him.
I'm just enjoying all these volley exchanges, man. I'm just enjoying this. This is some wonderful stuff.
Exactly.
Christ,
they haven't seen that coming.
Outrageous misunderstanding of the personal space has finally did him good. That was some big turn.
Yeah, that was a nice charge, but he also pretty much lost his unit. Almost.
Oh, it doesn't matter. It's an okay exchange. I mean, you can lose a cavalry. Yeah. After all, they have done their job already. There's much they need to do.
Spotting and charging, that's their job. And they did exactly that. And putting pressure on the enemy team.
Yep.
Oh,
looks like this time the pincer is coming from SUNTZU. Kiwi and Jojo is descending from the hill. And their archers is now shooting against their velites, doing a ton of damage. You know what? I just can't wait till I can play 3 javelins. I missed playing 3 javelins. I haven't played that in months. And a barrage is going down onto those javelins. It mostly misses, but it still does something.
Still finds some damage, yeah.
Yeah.
But that's Kiwi got wrecked by that barrage. Not dodge at all.
Man, shame for this spray.
Yeah, that's Team SUNTZU Javelin's done for pretty much. Only 1 unit left at 30 men. That pretty much doesn't deal with damage.
Nope, they've got 2 units left. They have another
one on the left, yes. Okay.
Kiwi, what are you doing there? These both archers
being heavily focused by enemy archers. Well, those are 9 archers. Well, a lot of them got already eliminated. Raf tries to find more charges. He's putting his units, trying to find an angle.
They're trying to win the melee at all costs to push them out because they know this is their last melee units. If they win the melee, there's nothing left to stop them.
Yeah,
in my opinion,
Art of War is running out of melee, and Ravrage is finding more and more charges into range units. There he comes. Another cavalry unit
one
comes out of the woods and finishes 4. Well, that's quadruple kill because he kills 4 units with that.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, Morkun with his long range alongside Dexterous firing into Divine Rapier, finishing his archers again, and Cure charging in. Another like 5 units of range that are all wavering apart from one unit almost. Yeah,
Yes,
they're all clumped up and they're just clean up job now. Just one swift charge can swoop in all these units.
Yep.
That was
yes,
a beautiful thing to
indeed.
watch. Jojo and Cure, now these two Jojo units going from both sides, charging in, getting those units finished
They're just
and routed.
wiping the remains. They're just wiping the remains.
Yeah, we've seen kind of a reverse situation. Last time it was... no, it was SUNTZU crossing the... No. Well, last battle was like in the middle. SUNTZU crossing, then going back and out of war crossing and trying to pincer them. Now it was the other way around pretty much. Yeah. And in both cases, SUNTZU managed to find the charges they needed, find the damage they needed, and engage those beneficial trades.
Yep.
And just-
I mean, at this
Yeah.
point, this is a game over.
By hard work, just small advantage after small advantage after small advantage, they managed to secure the victory.
Yep. They just clawed their way into victory, man.
Well, that was definitely a hard-fought battle. So kudos to the
Hard-fought
devs.
battle.
And they're fighting one of the most organized clans. Those guys are playing with each other for a very long time. Then again, so is CA, but they're more focused on developing the game rather than playing it, I guess.
Are they though?
Enemy
Oh,
base will
I don't
soon
know.
be ours.
Are they though?
I guess SUNTZU team wants those capping points instead of leaving.
Well, I'll tell you this much: not their Q&A team.
Oh yeah. And they probably have some Q&A people in here.
They better do, so that they can hear me roasting them.
Yeah, but it's not the last we see of Art of War team, nor Meritus Esports, because they will both meet in third place match that is going to take place, well, just after this match.
Victory is at
Really?
hand.
I thought we were gonna do the final.
No. Now both teams that are in the final, which is SUNTZU and Zeus, will have
Let them
yeah.
take a break.
a little bit of a break. That is required for us to spectate third place match, and they can rethink these strategies, prepare for the final to be, well, the best they can for the
Yep,
final.
or get drunk off their asses.
That's after the tournament. Or before.
Oh. That explains a lot.
That explains, yeah, other things as well that I will not dwell into. Anyway, that means that SUNTZU advanced to the final and will face Zeus, which is definitely an interesting matchup to watch.
Indeed.
And another very good matchup that we'll watch in the third place match is Meritus. I would say dark horse of this tournament that managed to surprise a lot of us here, casters, and those people watching. And they had definitely earned an affection of the crown, let's say.
Yes, indeed.